Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others emphasizes the subtle and psychological aspects of power. While many of the other laws focus on strategies of dominance, manipulation, or control, this law stresses the importance of winning over people on an emotional and intellectual level. To truly gain and maintain power, it is essential to secure people's loyalty, trust, and affection, not merely their obedience or compliance. This law goes beyond mere authority or influence. It involves shaping how others perceive and feel about you, creating a deep emotional bond that makes them willing to support you without force or coercion. This law teaches that brute force or coercive power can only get you so far. People who are subjugated through fear or intimidation will comply for a time, but their loyalty will always be shallow and transactional. The moment they sense weakness or find an opportunity to escape your influence, they will turn on you. To build a more stable and enduring form of power, you must engage with people's hearts and minds, creating emotional and psychological ties that make them want to follow you, even when they don't have to. Winning the hearts of others is about appealing to their emotions, desires, and personal aspirations. People are driven by their need for recognition, respect, and emotional connection. By showing that you understand and care about their inner world, you can create bonds that are difficult to break. This is not about flattery or manipulation, although those can play a role, but about genuinely engaging with people on a deeper level. When people feel that you understand them and that you care about their needs and desires, they are far more likely to trust and follow you. This law also highlights the importance of empathy in leadership. Empathy allows you to see things from the perspective of others, to understand their motivations, fears, and desires. By tapping into these emotional undercurrents, you can influence people in ways that feel natural to them, rather than imposed from the outside. You become a leader who inspires loyalty because people feel seen, heard, and valued under your guidance. On the intellectual side, winning the minds of others means appealing to their rationality, beliefs, and sense of logic. People are more likely to follow and support you if they believe that your decisions and actions align with their own values, principles, and interests. This involves not only making sound decisions, but also presenting those decisions in a way that resonates with others. If people believe that your leadership serves their interests or aligns with their values, they will be more willing to support you long-term, even through difficult times. However, working on the hearts and minds of others requires patience, subtlety, and long-term thinking. It's not about winning people over in a single conversation or through a grand gesture. Instead, it is about building a consistent, genuine rapport with others over time. Every interaction you have, every decision you make, every signal you send must reinforce the idea that you are someone who understands and cares about their well-being. Over time, this creates a reservoir of goodwill and loyalty that is incredibly difficult to break. This law also teaches the importance of creating a positive emotional environment. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves and their circumstances. If you can be a source of inspiration, positivity, or comfort, people will be more inclined to follow you. This is particularly true in difficult or stressful situations, where people crave emotional stability and guidance. By projecting calm, confidence, and emotional intelligence, you become a beacon of security and strength for those around you. However, this law also contains a warning. Manipulating emotions too overtly or cynically can backfire. People are sensitive to manipulation, and if they feel that you are only pretending to care about them to achieve your own goals, they will quickly turn against you. The key to mastering this law is to be genuine in your interactions with others. While you may use strategic empathy or calculated emotional intelligence, it should never feel forced or insincere. People can sense inauthenticity, and once they do, the trust and loyalty you've built will crumble. One of the most effective ways to work on the hearts and minds of others is through storytelling and narrative. Humans are naturally drawn to stories because they engage both the heart and the mind simultaneously. A well-told story can evoke strong emotions while also conveying a deeper intellectual message. By framing your ideas, goals, or decisions within a compelling narrative, you can influence how people think and feel about you and your leadership. Stories have the power to inspire, to unify, and to give people a sense of purpose and meaning, making them a powerful tool in working on the hearts and minds of others. Furthermore, this law emphasizes the importance of listening and observation. To truly influence people's hearts and minds, you must first understand them on a deep level. This requires active listening, paying attention to their words, emotions, and nonverbal cues. By listening carefully, you can gather valuable information about what people need, fear, or desire. This allows you to tailor your approach in a way that resonates with them on a personal level. It also demonstrates that you are someone who values their perspective, which strengthens the emotional bond between you. Another key element of this law is consistency. People are more likely to trust and follow someone who is consistent in their behavior, values, and communication. If you are erratic or unpredictable, people will find it difficult to develop trust or emotional attachment to you. By being consistent in your actions and principles, you create a sense of reliability and stability that people can depend on, which further strengthens their emotional and intellectual commitment to you. In applying this law, it's also important to recognize that different people have different needs and motivations. Some may respond more to emotional appeals, while others are more driven by logic and rationality. To truly work on the hearts and minds of others, you must be adaptable and flexible in your approach. This requires a keen understanding of human psychology and the ability to shift your tactics depending on who you are dealing with. It's not a one-size-fits-all strategy, but rather a dynamic and evolving process of understanding and influence. Ultimately, Law 43, work on the hearts and minds of others, teaches that the most enduring form of power is not built on fear or brute force, but on emotional and intellectual connections. By winning people over on a deep, personal level, you create bonds of loyalty, trust, and respect that are difficult to break. This law encourages you to focus on the emotional and psychological needs of others, and to use empathy, storytelling, and consistency to shape how they feel and think about you. When applied effectively, this law allows you to gain influence that extends far beyond mere obedience, creating a foundation of power that is both stable and resilient.